In the 20th century of the mundane calendar, the greatest wizards of the world took the most radical steps to save their dying way of life from irrelevance. They stopped warring with each other and created the Forbidden Academy, an impossible building at the center of an impossible city, lighting the way to a new era of magic and wonder. This is a story from the earliest days of the Academy, when old blood feuds fueled a new war for the very soul of magic, and the three unlikely heroes who brought progress to that magical world. This is the story of the Constellation Revolution. Welcome to Perpetual Players. We are a game development actual play podcast where we are building a brand new game for the Perpetual Motion role-playing engine. I am your GM, Christian, and I am joined by my wonderful cast featuring...
Hi, I'm Kat, she, her, and I will be playing Lionel, he, him, who is an uncompromising prefect legacy with an attunement in restoration.
Hi, I'm Lyra, she, they, and I play Crash Thunder, he, him, a grafted ratty playmaker who is a rough and tumble enchanter working as a scaled one.
Hi, I am Grant Madison Stanton, they, them, theirs, she, her, hers. I will be playing Promise Bluff, she, her, hers, who is a cipher and works for the physicians.
Okay. Very good, everyone. So, we survived our first session. Nobody got trapped in restoration class.
Oh, shit.
I will do it correct one day.
So before we get going into this, I had a question for each of your characters. We're going to be doing this each time as just a way of helping everybody get to know you when you're not in your adventure mode. So, first up, I would just simply like to know, what is everyone's favorite food to use at the school food dispensary spells? Because in the Forbidden Academy, the way food is done is you have a sort of arcane circle, you draw the code for whatever food you want, and then it is produced to your exact specifications. And so anybody can get food from anywhere. You want perfect New York style pizza, you just have to put it in exactly as fits. Now, the question of who knows the formulas to what is closely guarded secret, and one of the many things that societies like to use to fight over. So what particular foods do you like? Anyone who wants to go first can go first.
You said you wanted to go first.
What's it what's it called? When you like spin candy, or
Cotton candy?
Cotton candy, yeah, that's her favorite food. Cotton candy, mostly because it reminds her of like a really long time ago.
Okay, very good.
Crash Thunders is a medium rare steak with some fries made extra crispy.
Okay, and Lionel?
Yeah, I was looking for something, but I can't even begin to describe it, so I don't know why. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm going to be very, very, very honest with you all in this moment. Lionel loves a green smoothie.
No.
Loves a
Wow.
green smoothie.
Like 40 years before that would become in vogue. Like that's what's
Yeah.
really interesting, is that he's
Yeah.
been doing magical green
He
smoothies.
loves leaf paste.
Ugh.
That's what he's into.
King. He's a little power foods king before
Before Erewhon was ever mentioned.
Is Crash
exactly.
Thunder the type of guy that would eat like 3 raw eggs in the morning?
Yeah.
Like a glass of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just down them.
Minimum amount of cooking required.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. We love that. So I, as a GM, I'm now requiring you all to go out and order your foods to your specifications for lunch.
Lunch.
You are not permitted to purchase anything else besides your food. So Grant, dear, I'm sorry, you're going to have to eat cotton candy for lunch.
Oh no.
Yeah, you say that.
So sad.
You say that, but you clearly have never been trapped at a hour-long hockey game where the only thing you thought to buy for yourself is cotton candy.
Hey, you have better chances of getting cotton candy at Wawa than Lyra does of getting
A medium rare steak with extra crispy fries.
Yeah,
or
it's
3
true.
raw eggs.
You could probably get the raw eggs. Like that's pretty doable.
If
So-
it's possible, I wanted to get my specialties back by being a gregarious person.
Yeah, so you are using your intention string at the top of your character sheet to
That is correct.
to renew your single-use specialties.
My tier 1 and 2 of psychology.
I think that is a good decision. Yes, you may get your specialties back.
By throwing the rock at Lionel's head, I'd say I was pretty aggressive.
I think so
Even
too.
keep backstabbing. Oh, you don't have any
I don't have any
Bs?
backstabbing.
That sucks.
No, dexterity was really Crash's worst stat.
It's been most rolls.
I don't think any of us are
Dexterous.
dexterous.
I think I'm gonna go for a discovery at some point during this. But
Okay.
How do we get spell usage back?
Spell uses recycle on the day.
Okay.
After sleep.
Not so much sleep as they cycle with the moons or with
you
the
did
stars.
Not roll.
No, I didn't, and I was going to explain that.
So,
So, for people who are listening, as I mentioned, this is an active development podcast. This game is barely in beta. It is, I honestly could say it's an alpha, but we are developing it as we go. So that means anything I do or don't do throughout will most likely become a rule in the game. And so in this particular case, there is a mechanic called the magical astrology. And that adds bonuses to spells of a certain type, whether or not you are able to cast it to your own benefit or possibly to your malice. So because I forgot to do that first session, because, pre-session jitters, sometimes you make mistakes, I'm not going to determine it yet because it is relevant to where you are in the world. And so instead, because I forgot to do it earlier, I'm going to rule that there are 2 days where no attunements are shining, shadowed, or reflected. There are 2 days out of the week where anything goes.
It's a nice way to start the week.
Yes. So, the last thing you all saw was Prince Zale, who was hanging out and wandering around, was very curious about a weird crack in the wall. And as soon as he put his hand into it, he got sucked into the crack in the wall. The word I believe I used last time was spaghettified, as he was pulled right into the wall, disappearing in front of you. Now, of course, he is a VIP in the school. School does not normally get many Julie Min, many of these sort of mer people that come to the school. So him disappearing is going to look very bad for all of you, but none more than Lionel, who was assigned to protect him.
I want to go in the crack too.
Promise, that doesn't seem like a very good idea. We don't know where he's gone.
Well,
he turned to spaghetti.
Don't you want to do it, Crash?
I don't want to be sucked in that hole. Oh, man.
Well, you guys are losers. I want to do it, and I will
no.
suck myself in
Is
there.
there anything we can do to take a look at this wall and try to figure out what's going on first?
You can do whatever you want, brother, but I'm going in.
So Promise reaches out and touches the wall and is drawn right into the hole.
I take off running towards the hole. I'm not being left alone with
damn
Crash.
Yeah!
I'm not being left alone with Crash.
Can I cast... oh, wait, I don't have trip. Never mind.
I don't have trip.
You could just try to trip him.
Yeah, can I trip Lionel and try to go in first?
Roll Dex.
Can I avoid?
Yeah, sure.
That-
You want to make an opposed Dex, whoever gets...
Wow.
7.
I don't have to. 27, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lionel just right over, and the two of you are both sucked in. Now, this is a strange experience. It feels as though you have been shrunk down and then immediately expanded back up to your designated size. And you come to in the entrance hallway of what appears to be a large British or Celtic castle. You realize that you have just passed through a ruin gate, a weird relic of the Forbidden Academy being built on Atlantis's train station, for lack of a better term. Atlantis was once the hub of magical civilization, and this was the space where you could travel anywhere in the world through a network of portals. After Atlantis separated from the rest of the mundane world due to the curse of Babel, condemning every mundane person who is exposed to magic to kind of go a little crazy, this network fell into disrepair, and the foundations for this large building became the Forbidden Academy. Unfortunately, some of these portals still like to open and close from time to time. It is one of the school rules that students may not explore without proper professor supervision. And so, as you come to, you find Zale looking around in this large entrance hall.
Can you go back through a ruin gate?
Yeah, you could turn around at any point.
Prince Zale, I'm glad to see you're unharmed.
Oh yeah, I'm great. He's like a little bit further ahead. Yeah, is this part of the school too? Is this like a garden?
No, it isn't part of the school, but it's not as stuffy. Isn't it nice?
I mean, yeah, definitely more moist. It's like as moist as home, which is probably saying so, or almost as moist as home.
Maybe we don't say moist anymore.
Why? What's wrong? I live in the water.
I mean, it's this.
Moisture
Take no offense. It's just a word that like kind of gives me the ick.
Okay. I'll respect that boundary, but okay.
Well, now that we're in Scotland, I guess.
So we are in the mundane realm now.
Perfect. I'm taking off my suit jacket, my pants. I'm living in my dress.
Prince Zale, technically it is against school rules to have gone through what we just went through was a gate.
Oh.
That takes us out here.
Oh, okay.
But we can go back at any time. But if we're here, why don't we at least enjoy ourselves?
If Crash or Zale were to be seen by people,
they would trigger. They would trigger Babel, and the curse of Babel would overwrite their memory of it in their mind. But as that is happening, it is not replacing that memory with new things, and so the mind starts to, as it's being forced to like question its own reality over and over and over and over again, it can lead to madness. So you can tell that this castle is very much ruined. There are like whole chunks of it exposed to the open atmosphere, and the
Rockstar.
Yeah, rocks are everywhere. The gate itself is in the actual door to the castle. The big castle door is actually like held closed by the ruin gate itself.
Do we know if there's like any remnants of the war in the human realm still
there's so many. The Apocalypse War, there's so many of these magical ruins everywhere that are just hidden from humans, and most of the time they just kind of get written off as abandoned places. This particular one is probably from that era. The best way I could describe it is there was once a like magical castle here that then a regular mundane castle got built on. It was then abandoned.
Great. I'm going towards the castle.
We're in the castle.
Oh, I'm already in it?
Yeah, you're in the entrance hall. Like there's
okay.
just rotten tapestries, windows shattered, a grand staircase in front of you. Zale is closer to the grand staircase.
What bet did I win? This is great.
And promise, of course, this was a mistake. Obviously, I don't think that the school would get anybody in trouble here. Promise, you're of course welcome to stay, but we all should head back in case a person comes in.
Okay, well, I'm going to take off the cap of my marker and start writing a sigil on the wall, and I'm going to be casting a light to kind of follow us around as I explore. And it's shaped like a spotlight. Ah!
No targeting roll necessary for that. So basic grimoire spell floating above Promise's head. Zale's like, well, I don't want to break any rules. And then he looks around and sees a small like bracelet. He's like, would it be okay if I took like a souvenir?
Of course. Do whatever you want.
And he
maybe
immediately
cursed
puts
object.
on the bracelet. As soon as he
happens.
does, those big black fishy eyes roll back in his head, and he, overwhelmed with magical power.
Promise, I'm going to kill you.
This isn't anything that you can't fix. We just had a restoration class. Be serious.
And you hear, whoa, what, guys, what? Finally, I'm made form again.
This is absolutely Rockstar. Zale, you've become like so much cooler.
And the whole castle springs back to life. Dead braziers burst into flames. Do not call me by such vulgar names.
Okay, yeah.
I am Carador. And Zale is overwhelmed by this sort of like purple smoke, and you could see like the ghostly visage of a guy with a long beard and this like big crown phase over him, and he goes, your donation of this form is kind. I will let you leave in peace. And then with Zale's body, he goes up the grand staircase.
Well, we're actually...
Can Crash thump through the hole right now?
He He could leave.
Like, can I come through the little crack now?
Oh,
You're already through.
I thought you went through.
No, you said you too.
Yeah, you're through here too.
Yeah, the two you ran.
I thought I didn't make it in. Okay, yeah, I'm already. Oh fuck! I was just observing. Okay, slide.
Okay.
So, yeah, the kid you were supposed to protect is now possessed by some
So
freak
Promise.
named Caradoc.
What are we going to do?
Well, this is easy, and you can already see Promise kind of taking her dirt or her like school rags and using them as a feather duster on all like the like ornate like now golden and gilded things, doing like cleaning to try to convince this Carador that she is like a maid that's working, a servant of his. So I don't have to leave.
He is not even in here anymore. He has gone
Oh,
up
I
the
thought
stairs.
you, like,
No,
went-
he
I
floated
went
up the stairs and
just-
left.
I'm going
You-
up the
you were-
stairs.
Oh well, then yeah, I want to interact with
Yeah,
this guy. You
you
can
gotta-
maybe
you
follow
gotta
him up the
follow him.
stairs.
So you go up the stairs.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not even talking to.
I
don't know. I'm just
follow
following.
behind.
I'll be the first one. That's fine.
Do you not leave
Well,
after I give you kindness?
Funny you should say
Then
this, but
die! I need everybody to roll advantage or damage.
Advantage.
Does casting shield on myself? Or, casting shield on about 3 people?
Yes, that would count as an advantage roll because it is not creating a direct damaging effect.
Okay.
Immediately, the castle itself, like bricks from the castle, start being flung towards you.
I am going to cast a.
44. Oh, and
I think it's an
counters
advantage spell.
57. What am I rolling against right now?
You're rolling against Caradog.
Lyro's meant for advantage.
Oh, so it would be the type of spell you are trying to cast, or if you are, what are you trying to do?
I'm just rolling for advantage. I'm just kind of trying to be like, what the hell is this guy fucking
Either
doing?
might or endurance if you're just trying to resist the big rocks.
Yeah, I think I'm just like punching rocks.
Okay.
I'm not trying to attack him because I don't want the kid to get hurt, but I don't want a brick to hit me in the face.
I will be casting a spell against this man.
What spell?
Calm person.
Okay. You can try.
Okay.
Shield, I had a successful doubles under.
Doubles under?
Doubles under.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Do I get double counters for that?
No, because this is combat.
Okay.
All right, I need a persuasion roll from you.
Okay. 88. Doubles above.
Nope, that does not take. Did you roll yet, Crash?
I did. I have a moss of 5.
Okay.
How many uses of spells do we get?
Your spell ammo value. So you cast that, and then the like purple smoke silhouette of Caradog, your calm person spell just like gets enraptured by the smoke, dissipates. Meanwhile, Crash, you are quickly being overwhelmed by the bricks. They're just moving faster than you can. Well,
okay.
wait, but as you're being sort of overwhelmed, what does your shield look like?
Like a wind wall?
Like just swirling wind that just bats it away. Okay, and then your moss was 30 something because you got doubles under.
I mean, yeah, it was a 44 and I was at 46.
So
it was doubles under.
31, got it. That's just, I needed that for
Oh,
the
you compared to his
the
moss.
damage threshold to see how much damage that blocks. So Crash, as you're boxing away the bricks that are flying at you, just as you're about to like get tired and exhausted, as wind wall appears, shielding you from the worst of the damage. The 3 of you are all safe behind Lionel's wind wall as
Lionel, should I?
Caradog starts flying away.
You have to do something, promise.
Okay, I will cast something. It's I can go with my turn.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna say
He...
as you are talking about this, Caradog, in the chaos of all of this, has disappeared, and you now find yourself in a hallway.
He's disappeared.
Can I cast Find?
Sure.
Okay. Yoink.
So for that one,
66.
66.
66.
A lot of doubles.
Okay,
To start
a lot
episode
of
two.
double.
Okay.
So this is now the weakness of the find spell taking hold. He is in some sort of room with a large decrepit bed atop it that is overlooking the sea.
This guy's fucking fucking taking a nap.
What does that mean, Crash?
In what direction?
He's in his room. I mean, it's probably the first place I should have checked.
If Crash describes this room well enough, I can use breadcrumb trail.
Yes, you could.
He's in his bed. It's overlooking the sea. This old guy really loves the beach, man. I don't know.
Is there a targeting roll for that?
Breadcrumb trail, there is. It's how well you can, imagine the thing. So you have to communicate with Crash. You know he's taking a nap looking over the beach.
He's taking a nap in a decrepit bed looking over the beach. What is this a roll against? Perception?
Breadcrumb trail is what? Obfuscation, I think? Yes. So what's your obfuscation value? Oh, actually, wait, before we cast any more goddamn spells, because you're now in a different part of the world. Okay.
Oh god, we're doing astrology.
So, since you discover that you are now in a new place, I'm going to roll 1d8 to determine the astrology of this particular area. Okay, with a 7, you get the good news, promise. Your persuasion magic is shining, which means it is going to receive a plus 20. Unfortunately, obfuscation magic is now shadowed, so it receives a minus 15. And all of your air restoration magic and enchanting magic both are reflected, so they get a plus 10. So honestly, the best conceivable astrology roll to start the game with. Sorry I didn't catch that one sooner, but now that we're going to go off hunting...
Well, my persuasion's 60 now.
Well, great.
Fantastic.
So that is only to magic rolls. That does not apply to if I ask you to roll con or might. That is just persuasion rolls.
So,
now I'm going to try to breadcrumb trail, but that's an obfuscation spell, or is that a resistance?
That is a obfuscation spell.
So that has a minus 15.
Yes, that has a minus 15.
Okay, so I need a 17. If I don't cast this, do I still use one of the
Yes,
spell
it is still a spell use. Because I'll tell you what happens after.
16.
Wow.
16. Dang.
Awesome.
Okay.
1.
Nine.
Okay.
Good catch.
Breadcrumb that bit.
What does your breadcrumb trail look like? It is a little visible trail that guides you somewhere.
I feel like the best way to describe it is like a will-o-wisp, which is like a little orb that's kind of made of like
a floaty
blue floaty light, and it's just kind of like locating.
Yeah, a couple little floaty boys just form a little conga line for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the good news is you get to skip over all the rooms he was hiding in, or that he could have been hiding in, and he guides you to the back right room.
Promise will whisper over to the two. I think this is where I could really shine. I can go in the room, cast a certain spell that I know, and hopefully get some more information from him. Maybe some type of answer as to where or how we could get Zale back, and also maybe free Caradog, or Carador.
What if we just break the bracelet?
I don't think that would very much please him, but that's just my own thought.
Yeah, is there any kind of deduction we can make about, is it tied to the bracelet, or has he been released now?
I would tell you to roll no to figure that one out.
Knowledge. Would Crash also roll, because technically kind of asked that first?
Yes, anybody who wants to try to figure this out can roll.
52, but it has a plus
29.
That's a success.
42. Mine does not. Mine have failed.
Okay, so one success, or what was the moss?
I had a 39 plus 8, so that was 47, and then the 47 minus 29, so 18.
Okay, so moss under 20, good to know. So you, from your training on basic magic theory, Caradog has been living in a loop. He is a square peg in a castle-shaped hole, and the bracelet is just one physical link to him, which is now tied to Zale, which now makes Zale part of the castle, so to speak. The reason Caradog was able to throw the bricks at you is because
he is the castle.
He is the castle, and now
You
Zale
share this information.
is the castle.
I'm gonna start punching holes in walls.
Crash, I'm not sure that's going
I
to...
feel like maybe you
Crash,
could
give me a might
destroy
roll.
the castle.
I want to see how this goes.
49. Can I kick it with fists?
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
And you
Yeah,
can replace it in
You can roll
any
either
position.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
then
yeah.
it could be a 14. That would
Oh,
be a
then
19.
it's a-
Whoa,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, it could be a
because she
19.
was
It's a
using
19.
Okay, slide.
So what is that, Moss?
Oh, jeez. 13.
All
That's
right,
our
I'm
language.
sorry to tell you,
That's just rude.
Caradog rolled better than you with a Moss.
What, with the wall?
Yes, the wall
Wall
rolled better
rolled
than you
better?
because as you punch the wall, the bricks fly backwards and you knock a hole into the wall. You see a brief glimpse of a room absolutely filled with gold and gems and stuff like that. And then the bricks go and come back, except they don't stop at the wall. Equal and opposite reaction. Oppositely reacts with you, slamming you in the face several times. Take 4 points of damage.
Crash took that as a condition.
Yeah.
Okay, what? Whew, okay. A whole 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
No, that's not
Four's
bad.
not the worst.
Yeah.
You
took
gotta
it to
be
the
start
face.
worrying about like 8, stuff like
I
that.
don't need to look pretty.
Crash, maybe rather than punching, maybe this would be a good use of enchantment magic. Because the whole place is enchanted, essentially, by him.
You know, sometimes you say things and I just hear wah, 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 wah.
She's going, not Lionel is gonna kill you, Cat will kill you.
Lionel is going to kill both of us.
So the bricks fly back, they hit you in the arm, and they hit your brand new arm, crumping and crunching it.
Oh, that bitch.
Take a -5 to your might until you can repair it.
Somebody's gotta hold me back. I'm gonna beat this man up. You're my brand new one.
You have to not punch the living building.
GM, do you mind if I touch the doorknob to the bedroom where we know he is? I could ward him in the room so he doesn't like try to leave.
We can do that.
Or Zale.
You could do that, and then we can at least keep him from wandering. so
Yeah,
we know
because if
where
I
he is.
ward the room and make it so Zale can't leave, he's trapped because he's in a body, right?
Yes, I mean he
Okay.
the central point of his mind is trapped.
I will cast ward on this guy or on this door.
That
Is
is, you do not need to cast anything because you are in contact with the door.
Oh, great. Okay, perfect. So I warded the door, Lionel, and I warded the door, Crash. This bought us a little bit of time. Maybe we can go look around the castle and see if there's some type of...
Oh, you do need to roll your damage die, my bad.
My damage die.
That decides the health of the ward.
11.
Okay, so it has 11 health. Good to know.
You have a D20 damage shot?
I
Or
have a
D12?
D12.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk towards that room with all the gold. I'm pissed. This man broke my arm. I don't need to save Zale.
Okay, so you open the door, it's unlocked, and at the far side of the room is... Actually, give me a perception check.
35, which is, please hold. It's a moth of 5.
Okay, you see the sort of wisps of that purplish smoke that had formed around him somewhere in the room. So amongst all this treasure is another piece of his binding jewelry.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just try to destroy what's ever in this room. I am going to cast lift and just kind of one by one, so I don't have to touch it. Just kind of start lifting shit in the air.
Okay,
based
so
off of...
each cast of lift is going to be one use for you.
Oh, that's just rude. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna cast maybe crush on the whole room then.
Okay, in that case, I am
Like
going
a slab,
to need you
just like.
to roll your destruction, and this will be treated as a combat roll.
You have a -5 to that. Oh, not -5 because he uses his arm, right?
No, he's not using his arm.
I'm not using my arm. 27, and it's
I think that's good.
it's a minus what?
No malice.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, that works. A moss of 5.
Okay, first off, what does your crush spell look like?
My crush is a giant metal slab that's just like, you know what you would use as like to like compact cars at a junkyard.
Just a hydraulic press that comes
Yeah,
down on the
it's
roof.
just a big hydraulic press. It's very useful in my car hobbies.
Yeah. Okay, so now roll your damage die against the treasure.
Okay,
And don't forget any counters if you have them.
that's a 1. Can
So-
I kick it?
No, you cannot kick your damage die.
That's so rude.
So
Okay.
you crush it, and as soon as you do, you notice some resistance on it.
Can I pinpoint where?
Yeah, because as the thing comes up, all of the gold and jewel, or most of the gold and jewels, have tiny little feet and tiny little arms.
What?
They look like...
Huh?
They look like anthropomorphic little money. Hundreds.
That's messed up.
Hundreds of little eyes blink up at you
Oh no.
and charge. Advantage or damage.
Oh, you're being charged.
You're being
You know
charged
what?
by an army of tiny money
I have to roll
that
damage.
can't roll
You
for
could
shit.
just eat them up. They're made of metal. Eat them up.
I don't eat metal.
Oh. Ow!
Needs medium
All
rare
right.
steak.
That's fair.
I'm gonna do damage.
Okay.
I guess I don't really have time to cast strengthen on my arm, so I guess it's just damage.
With what?
Advantage.
Is advantage strengthen?
Well, you could get counters.
Just like juke 'em. Just like juke
I'm
'em.
gonna juke them. I'm beating these boys up.
You have no counters.
I don't care.
Alright.
That's okay. They're running at me.
No.
Crash is not a strategic man.
Ah!
What is that?
884.
Is that a lucky number? Let's
No.
see. How do you?
It is a lucky number.
You don't know that actually. Now you mentioned you don't know that. It's a lucky number.
Okay, so with a moss
Sorry, I
of
didn't
1,
believe you.
you do pass them who failed.
Yeah.
So roll your
yeah,
damage die.
Yeah.
Again, hopefully you don't get a 1.
Eat these coins.
Do good. Do good.
I imagine when we hit them, they make that little Mario, you've got a coin.
So what did you hit for?
A 9.
A 9. Very good. Okay, you hit them for 6 damage. So basically what happens is as you punch them, the ones that like you punch leave just like little red smears of blood,
Good.
and you kill, I'm gonna say, a quarter of them.
Nice.
This way, as you're like boxing them back before they retreat and like start using some small tactics. You're still fighting. I'm gonna check in with Lionel.
So I'm gonna say that while we were doing investigation, Lionel doesn't really want to leave the sphere that Zale's room is in, so he's just going to go to an adjacent room.
Okay, so you have the treasure room was the bottom left. The Zale room is the top right. So you have top left and bottom right.
I'm here. He's here.
I'm gonna go top right.
Or top left, you mean?
Top left.
Top left.
Zale is in top right.
Yeah. So yeah, you go to top left, and inside the room, and you open the door to top left. Inside of there, you see, how do I describe this? Mirrors on mirrors on mirrors. But in the center of the room, you can see what looks like the crown that the shadowy Caradoc had
Ooh.
above his head.
Based on the information that I know about these, like he is part of the building, but these things are like focused ties to him in the
Yes.
building. So destroying these or something I think is right. What do I think I can do?
So it is as far
what
as
else is in the room? It's
it
just
is-
mirrors.
it's
and a
just
crown?
mirrors. As far as you can tell, it is a mirrored room with a crown in it.
And if I walk deeper into the room, I just see myself reflected in the mirrors.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, see, I feel like that was an important question.
Did you walk deeper into the room?
Oh shit.
Oh no. Yeah.
Christian loves a place that's just illusions. This is the second time.
Take 2 points of stabbing damage.
Oh! Stabbing damage. Stabbing?
Or pierce damage, I think is its actual official book
What
term.
I'm just gonna absorb that. So.
Okay,
What
you're
is
gonna
he getting stabbed with?
soak that. It is quickly apparent that this room is an invisible maze of mirrors, and when you touch the wall, as Lionel's about to walk inward, a shard of glass comes down and is like ready to intercept Lionel and stab him.
So is it that I've walked into a wall and it hurt me, or that the correct path is booby trapped?
The incorrect path is trapped. If
incorrect
you've ever
path.
walked through a
Booby
mirror
trapped.
mat, if you've ever walked into a mirror maze and bonked yourself on the thing, imagine if instead of bonking, you get knife crimed.
This is
Okay.
so cool.
I have 2 things that I'm thinking about doing. One, I can cast breadcrumb trail and hope that my wisps understand what's happening and take me correctly to the crown that I can see.
Okay.
Or I can quickly do some kind of like investigative situation and see if there's any way I can see like there's a difference on the floor in reflection or anything like that.
I will say, make a choice.
I was going to roll knowledge. If that, I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah,
knowledge
you
is
could
worth
check
a
that with knowledge.
Because I was like, I feel like I have enough counters. I can take a look at this.
Lucky number?
78.
78 is not a lucky number.
Okay, so I will give you the answer. There is absolutely...
Wait. Oh, okay.
There is absolutely no reason breadcrumb trail wouldn't work by your knowledge roll.
Okay, well then I'll cast breadcrumb trail. And I guess I'll touch the floor
Okay.
so that I'm like
Yeah.
touching the room.
The wisps
Maybe
lead
somewhere
you
going.
directly to it in a straight line. Like, as in they just go linear path. No twist turns, no nothing. It's just like, oh, hey, you can see it, dumbass. Like, walk forward.
Okay, so both of these fail. I take one step forward.
Christian has such a shitty
Take
thing
3
going
damage.
right now.
Why don't you use your wind or something?
That's a great idea.
To restore it to what?
No, to see where there's resistance.
So you can either craft a spell or you can investigative combat your way through.
Oh, I'll investigative combat my way through.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling your perception to try to work out your way between the maze. In the meantime, what is Promise doing?
Okay, so she is going to very carefully walk back down the stairs, and you said there was a throne, right?
I did not. I said there
Okay.
was a grand staircase,
Okay.
and you were in a sort of entrance hall.
Well, what I'm going to do, I want to... Here's my theory. This might be in the Stuntsville.
Okay.
Alright? I want to send these fuckers through the portal. So I want to pick up, like, a stone, chuck it through the portal. I don't think that there's enough matter. Like, I don't think he is...
Oh.
I don't think he'll survive it. Like, I don't
to
think...
send Zale to
Yeah.
Oh, if you
I think he'll just
separate
disintegrate in the portal.
I like that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just chucking bricks, whatever I can find, just as quick as possible. Just throw carpets, drapes, braziers, cups, goblets.
Okay, word. I need you to also roll like it's investigative combat. But instead of perception, you are going to roll your endurance. We're going to see how much Promise can just, for lack of a better term, yeet through the thing. I am not going to count this as a stunt. I am just going to count this as another way to do the objective.
Investigative combat ends with mental damage.
Yes.
Is there a way I can... So if I do know flower arranging, does that does that mean that I also know flower rearranging?
Yes. Yes. you-
Okay, so I'm rearranging this room, so I will be kicking this roll. So.
Okay. Just let me know when you cash out. Even if you haven't accumulated counters, you still cash out with your damage die, so just remember that.
Do I also gain a counter if I have a Massa 5 on investigative
You,
combat?
investigative combat, you gain a counter for succeeding.
Yeah, but not for a Massa 5.
No, any success of any value.
Any success is
But I don't get a bonus one.
No. While they're doing that, hey Crash, advantage or damage?
It's a spell, advantage or damage.
Do you intend the spell to damage somebody?
Yes, then it is damage.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to melt these bad boys with heat.
Okay.
They are only metal.
I need a destruction roll from you again.
20.
20.
Good.
Let me roll for them.
That is a moss of 12.
And I now need your damage die. Actually, because I'm going to say heat is... nah, you forge stuff. I'll allow it. I'm going to be nice. I'm a nice GM.
It's a year 3.
I'm metalwork.
It's more the question of, like, could that reasonably heat something up enough? And I'm going to say it heats a couple up. So,
It'll at least make them a little
This is a 40,
soft.
right?
yeah.
It'll make them a little gooey.
It'll definitely hurt some of them. So,
Okay, Slay.
roll your damage die.
7!
7. So that is
4 damage.
4 damage. They're trying to execute a sort of flanking maneuver on you. They are now using small unit tactics. Several brooches have been repurposed as cavalry.
Brooches?
Brooches, yes. And you heat them up and start burning them with your heat magic. Advantage or damage, yet again.
Let's do advantage. Let's gain some counters on these bad boys.
Oh, I have my result.
Same.
So I'm going to wait for Crash to give his roll real quick.
I did not win that.
What did you get, Crash?
I got 46. It's a moth of like 14.
Regardless, they succeeded, and they accrue 1 counter. Advantage or damage?
Damage. I hate these guys. F them. F them. I hate them. I hate them so much. I'm gonna try to punch them again. I'm punching these bitches. 39. That fails again.
They form up into a wave, and they ironically crash down on you. You notice tiny spears and like hairpins
Aw.
and stuff like that.
This is so cute.
That's not cute.
You take...
Why am I kind of rooting for them?
You are going to be taking 6 damage of
To which?
shrapnel damage to... I'm going to say, yeah, they're going to go for your chest.
I'm gonna take a 2 condition soaking 4.
All right, so 2 condition soaking 4. A good amount of them managed to like swing through and just kind of like chisel a big cut in the side of your stomach. The next 2 rolls you take will have a minus 20.
Okay.
Shrapnel damage is no joke. Okay, checking in with Lionel.
Okay, so I had 10 counters plus 3 for my perception bonus number, and then I rolled a 4 on my d4, so that's Moss of 17.
Moss of 17. Okay, you do manage to resolve the correct pathing, except for one instance where you did get it a little bit wrong. You are going to take 1 stabbing to the arm.
Alright, I'll take that, but as a condition.
Okay, so in this case, the cut across your hand, your first roll must be an advantage roll next time you enter combat.
Okay.
And you get in there, and you now have the crown in your hands.
And I'd like to get it out of this room,
Okay.
following the path I took.
You're able to do that. You have the crown. You are on the thing. Before we switch over to Promise, I'm going to note Promise's ward around the door flickers twice, and you hear banging from the other side.
Ooh, okay, maybe I should go back up there and reinforce it.
Ooh. Right now, you need to roll Source before you do anything else.
Me?
Yes, you. You need to put
Little old me?
energy into it through endurance.
64.
So
Fail.
so what's the Moss of the fail?
The moth of the fail.
How do we measure that failure?
Is it what's attribute is
Endurance.
source? I lost by 33.
Okay. So
Well, I can't reinforce it. I can't kick it.
Nope.
now you may remember this from our
Can I
last
kick
game
this?
with what?
Precision casting?
Again, being nice, sure, I'll allow it.
Don't say that.
Oh, it's worse.
It is my lucky number!
What is it?
Oh, that
74.
is actually a
That
worse
is a lucky number.
outcome for a source roll, though.
Oh,
Well,
that's...
because I only gain 1 source.
Yes, you only gain. So you're.
But I don't take the 30 damage.
Well, you wouldn't take 30
You
damage.
were only going to take 3 damage.
Yeah, you were gonna take 3 damage.
That's okay. I'd rather not take damage.
The spell's going to fail.
In
That's fine.
that case, you pump a little bit of energy, you move its threshold up to 12. So how many did you get down?
8.
8. Okay, you got a final success.
4 on the rolls, and then a D4, which I rolled 1 on, plus 3.
So, in that case, with Promise's failure, the door bursts open.
And I'm in the hall.
What did I fail?
Well,
The
technically,
source
your success. Your success in the source roll, because you did not want to take damage. The door bursts open, and the possessed form of Zale comes out. You think to use Caradoc's castle against Caradoc. And then he's about to say something else, and then his eyes zero in on the crown. I should also note, he is now wearing a matching bracelet on the other arm.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
He's
why
good.
he's in there, that makes sense.
He's getting stronger.
So...
Don't let him have that crown.
So...
Is it my turn?
So if I put on the crown...
You have a better chance of just running away, I feel.
I have an idea.
What are you up to? Are you almost out of there?
What if we lure him out
I've
of
only
the
killed
castle
capitals.
and through the portal?
So I'm saying just
Try to
run.
strip him from his own house.
Lionel, advantage or damage? Oh, wait, you can only roll advantage.
I can only roll advantage, and I just crashed in all of my counters. What am I rolling against? We don't have weapons.
What would Lionel... Are you trying to dodge? Are you trying to block? Are you trying to charge a spell?
That's a great question. Is he moving?
He's floating with his smoke, and he is reaching out with his hand.
I would like to cast friction more on the floor around him.
He's floating.
Oh, Well, I asked. I think I am going to try to lure him away back down the stairs.
Okay.
With the crown. So noticing that he's so interested in it. So I guess that would be Dex.
Dex, yeah, because you're dodging.
Can I kick that with tactics?
Yes.
I'm going to use my tier 1. Okay, so that's a moss of 1.
Okay.
No.
He unfortunately did not. He rolled a 3.
Oh, great.
Okay.
A splash of purple smoke appears in front of you before you can run away, and he now has created a bit of a shield between the two of you. Meanwhile, Crash, advantage or damage.
Let's go.
So you have significantly depleted the little money guys.
How many of there are there left? Like a fourth or like half?
Probably about a third.
Unless you get like a McChicken, or what are we talking about here?
In theory, they would be able to buy many McChicken.
And I'm not seeing any that have a significant purple hue.
Good question.
If you wanted to make an advantage roll with perception to find out.
Yeah, let's do that even though it isn't -20. That's fine. It is what it is.
No, because it's not magical.
Oh, 33.
Nice.
33 doubles under.
With your
Doubles
counter?
over.
They mercifully failed, nonetheless.
Play.
So you do see one of them is not a little guy, is not alive. If
It's
you,
just a coin?
yeah, it seems to not be moving. It's just it's a little necklace or like a gorget.
Okay.
Advantage or damage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do advantage just because I've got some -20s.
No.
No, 96.
66.
No, 96.
It's a 96.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
9.
you're right. Sorry.
96.
Regardless, they now
Actually.
take your 1 counter and make it 2 counters. Cutting over to Promise. Promise, before you can kind of formulate a plan, there is a crash and
Thunder.
not a thunder and a whooshing. The ruin gate widens to suddenly be a like passable by a person.
Okay, great. Great.
Dr. Razu is standing in the
no.
gate. Promise, you are pulled by a sudden gust of wind back out. Crash, you are also pulled away. Dr. Razu, in a booming voice that kind of sounds like 2 boulders grinding together, stay. Walks up the stairs and sees the sort of purple smoke. 1 second, I'm rolling for both of them. Delightful. Caradog turns through the purple smoke. A sort of vacuum opens up in the purple smoke. Lionel, you are on the ground, like in between Caradog and Dr. Razu, who pulls you with a gust of air and moving with a speed that can only be described as preternatural, books it out of there, slams the ruin gate closed, and the 3 of you are now sitting there on the floor as Dr. Razu stares at you, having left Zale back in the castle.
Professor, we need him.
You need your lives. Discipline, children, above all.
Wasn't the discipline that we were showing our dedication to our friend?
He closes the ruin gate fully and completely before walking off and away. And that is where we're going to end today.
Lionel is in deep trouble.
Oh, you're getting locked up for this. We both are. You went in first. You went in first.
Oh, fuck.
All I'm saying is I went in last.
Thank you all for listening. We will be back to find out whatever these 3 can get up to next time in the Constellation Revolution.
Okay. Lunch.
Constellation Revolution podcast is written by Christian Caratola and distributed by Perpetual Motion Games LLC. It is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. If you like what we do, follow us on your podcast app of your choice, and don't forget to rate 5 stars. If you really, really like what we do, then you can head over to patreon.com/perpetualplayers and subscribe. See you next time in